I no longer consider myself an E student. I consider myself a D- student. A strong D- for that matter. And I'm on my way to a D+, to a C, and perhaps before I get into my retirement, I shall be an A student. Hi everyone. At the entrance of the Temple of Apollo, there was a sign written up there, Know thyself. But why is it important to know yourself? According to the great Greek philosopher, Aristotle, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. A person who does not know himself or herself is actually a ship with no compass. His or her life is heavily unbalanced and directionless. This is why I have struggled to know myself. What do I like? How do I like it? What makes me happy? What makes me sad? Am I intelligent? Am I an idiot? Which areas do I excel in and which ones do I flop? What are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? And from the evaluation that I have made upon myself, an honest, objective self-assessment, I have only one conclusion. I am an idiot, a financial idiot. If we were to do an exam on finances, a practical exam, I am sure I would score an E. And why is it important to know this and acknowledge it, even when it is very unfortunate, sad, and highly demotivating? It is because it is only after acknowledging such painful truths that you begin gaining courage on how to tackle the problem, how to unshackle, or rather how to unchain yourself from such a bad position. You begin laying systematic, realistic strategies on how you shall move yourself from the grade E or F and slowly towards a D, a C, a B, and perhaps eventually an A. On the other hand, if you don't acknowledge your shortfalls, how are you going to address them? It is the counselors that say that the first step towards rehabilitation from a certain addiction, for example alcoholism, is to first admit that you have a problem. I have holistically looked at what I have done with my money since I got employed in 2011, and I have to embarrassingly admit that I have fallen very short of financial intelligence. I literally have zero savings. Bought my first plot recently at the age of 36. Invested too much in M-Pesa businesses, even when it was clear that I was losing too much in the same. Naively opened a shop in Nairobi. Invested some good amount of money into crypto when their prices were up there, among several other investment blunders. The most basic thing about financial intelligence or management is having some savings. The common advice on how to spend or budget for the money earned is the 50-30-20 rule, where 20% of one's earnings should go to savings. This is something that I have never done in my life. Other than the little coins that are deducted directly from my payslip to my circle, I am a man who literally saves nothing, which I have come to recently realize is very careless and unreasonable of me, or any other human being for that matter. But I don't blame myself in entirety. Part of the reason is the literature that I have read, the most memorable one being from my college mate and now my MP, the Honorable Dede Nyoro, whose advice that was published in the Daily Nation around 2013 was that we should invest our money rather than save it. This arises from the common belief or saying among my people that saving money is equivalent to Wokomia beer, that you should invest that money so that you can make more money out of it, instead of letting the money lie idle in the bank or in the account. Whereas there is nothing fundamentally wrong or malicious with that advice. The advice assumes that all investments will result into the multiplication or making more money. The truth of the matter is that other than the low-risk investments such as SACCO shares, government bonds, money market funds, fixed deposits, treasury bills, most of the investments that people do, mostly in businesses, result in the loss of money. Some statistics show that 96% of the businesses fail within 10 years. Business failure simply means one thing: loss of money. But all is not lost. In the same manner that we, the teachers, advise the weak students to practice more in a particular area that they are weak in. For example, a weak student in mathematics is advised that they should do at least 2 mathematical questions or 5 mathematical questions per day to improve themselves. In the same manner, I have also tried to improve myself by reading more about finances. For instance, the most recent book that I've read about finances is The Psychology of Money. And in there, the writer advised me so clearly that you should not just save because you have got a particular target. You can even save, or you should save for saving's sake, because this life is completely unpredictable. And the money that you have saved can come in very handy to rescue you in this life. Admitting that I'm a financial idiot also means that one can be so good in one area and very poor in another area. For instance, I believe that I'm so good in logical mathematical intelligence, but extremely poor in terms of financial intelligence. In conclusion, I no longer consider myself an E student. I consider myself a D- student, a strong D- for that matter. And I'm on my way to a D+, to a C, and perhaps before I get into my retirement, I shall be an A student. I also do not have any regrets for the financial blunders that I've made or the money that I've lost. I consider the money that I've lost as school fees in the School of Financial Management. And now, I am in a position to make better financial decisions through the learning that I have done and through the reading of different literature that I'm reading in this area of finances. And I have also taken it upon myself to advise the people coming behind us so that they can avoid the mistakes that we have made along the way, because some of those mistakes are very, very, very costly. So right now and in the near future, I believe that I shall be able to make better financial decisions that shall propel me into financial independence. Thank you so much. I'm out.